Back 4 years ago when my fitness journey started and I tried to develop myself, the first book I ever read was Atomic Habits by James Clear. You probably know the book, it's a white front cover, it's one of the most common self-development books. And I remember vividly, like when I was reading that book, I came across a chapter that changed my life forever. It was about missing a day. You and me have habits we want to install. It could be good or even bad ones. We want to change ourselves, go to the gym every day, do this, do that, every single day. And the main problem in terms of being consistent with something is when you miss a day, because there's always two options. Either you fall off, like it's the start of the end, or it's just a bump along the way and you keep going the day after. That's the difference of people who win and people who lose. But I didn't know this at the time. And what James Clear says in his book, which is so underrated, it's you should always stick by never missing twice. Because if you're like me, you're a hard achiever, I would love to be able to tick all the boxes every single day until I die. But that's just not realistic. There's some days you're going to mess up. There's some days you're not going to eat your calories. There's some days you may miss a workout, not get good sleep. You can't be 100% every single day. It's not possible. And I remember seeing a quote that says sometimes 40%, if you only had 40% and you gave 40%, that's 100%. You know what I mean? Like if you wake up and you feel you're only 60% of your capability and you've given 60% of what you could do, you technically still gave 100%. And look, what I'm trying to go with this is when we try to be consistent, when we miss a day, we usually feel like shit. And instead of thinking about the next day, we think about the day where we're at, the present moment. And we just basically drive ourselves down a spiral where at the end we usually want to give up, or we hate ourselves, or there's a negative energy that's not like helping us that comes from it. And so instead what he says in the book is when you miss a day, just basically stick by never missing twice. So if you miss today, let's say you're aiming to eat 3,000 calories a day to lose weight or gain muscle mass, whatever, and one day you eat 4,000 calories, you overate by 1,000 calories. Some people would genuinely, and that was maybe before reading this book, I would hate myself for it. I would pull myself down, drag myself through the mud because I think, oh, well, my life is over, I missed a day. And the next day, even though I still tried to aim for 3,000 calories, I still had like that negative energy from the day before over my shoulders. And 3 times out of 4, that would be the day after when I relapsed. Because then I'm like, I ate 4,000 calories yesterday, I may as well eat 5,000 now. Like, I don't care, my life is over, I missed a day. Now instead, if I miss a day of my calorie goal, I'll just simply think to myself, I'm making sure tomorrow I won't miss it. I do not care about the day I missed. I do not think about it twice. I only focus on the day to the next day. The next time I do that habit to make sure I actually do achieve it that time. And that's why most people struggle with being consistent is on the bad days. Everyone can be consistent when it's easy. Anyone can go to the gym every day. If every single time you have a massive pump, loads of motivation, you go with your best mate, you hit PRs, you feel amazing when you're working out. Everyone would go to the gym every day if that was the case. There's some days you're going to screw up. Some days life happens so you miss a day. Sometimes it's not even your fault, but you feel like it is because you have pride and ego, which is a good thing. But you need to learn to be able to be okay with fucking up, so then the next day you can make sure it doesn't happen twice. Like genuinely, like I promise if you adopt this mindset, it will never be hard again to be consistent because you'll have a cheat code to always push in. Like if you miss a day, which is inevitably, which is undoubtedly, I don't know where I was going with that, gonna happen, like you may as well be prepared for it. And the best way to be is to be like, okay, never miss twice. That's simple. Look, if I fuck up today, I'm not thinking about today, I'm just making sure I won't fuck up tomorrow. That's 90% of my like energy should go towards it. Now it's not to say when you mess up you should not care and like for the 3,000 calorie example, indulge into 10,000 calories. You should still in a sense feel bad, but not in a sad way about you missing a day. You should feel angry about it. Anger is a fantastic motivation if you're a guy watching this. Anger is energy. Energy can't be destroyed, it can only be converted. So if you get angry on a moderate level about you missing a day and you use that negative energy, that anger, to make sure you don't miss the next day, then it's positive. But if you get angry, upset, and then you spiral down, being unmotivated, wanting to give up, then it's not. So it's all about how you use energy. And the things in this world, there's not many things you can control. You can't control the weather, you can't control people, you can't even control your own heartbeat. Your heart may stop beating in 2 minutes, you don't know. The only thing you can actually control is your mind. So use it to your advantage in terms of being consistent, because I'm sure you know, like me, anything that's worthwhile in life, whether it's your dream physique, a business, relationships, career, goals, whatever it is, it's going to take time. And therefore you need to be consistent, otherwise you'll never see progress. So consistency technically should be the first thing you should focus on before attempting any single thing. If you go to the gym, okay, learn how to lift some weights, the basics about dieting, training, recovery, then all your focus be on being consistent. Same with a business, learn the business model, how you can like scale it, but then everything that should be on being consistent in the work it takes to achieve that dream outcome. Same as me with YouTube. I know how to record, I know how to set up a camera, talk for 10, 15 minutes, upload. Now all my focus has been on being consistent, making the activity fun. If I miss a day, which I did yesterday, I normally upload one long format video every 2 days. Yesterday I didn't. Instead of beating myself for it and thinking, oh, well, I may as well give up and not recording today, I just thought, okay, I'm not gonna miss today. And here I am recording. Not thinking about yesterday, not dragging myself down because I missed yesterday. Just thinking, okay, yesterday's in the past. Today is the present. Let's focus on today. Let's focus on making sure this video is awesome. It actually helps out people and that I don't miss it. And same thing. And that's literally it. And worst case, you may wonder like, okay, what happens if you miss 2 days? What he says in the book, which is so interesting actually, is if you miss more than once, so twice or 3 times or whatever, it's the start of a new habit. So look, let's say I missed recording today. People would be like, oh, it's fine, I'll record tomorrow. But if you miss twice, just look at yourself in the mirror and be like, is this the start of me not recording? Is this the start of me missing the gym? Is that the start of a new habit? Like, you need to be aware of this and on track with yourself of when you miss a day, be very sharp in terms of like thinking, okay, it's fine, let's make sure tomorrow I don't miss. That's literally it. I promise if you adopt this mindset, your life will change forever, because you'll actually achieve all the goals you want to do and you struggle with because you're not consistent. I mean, it worked for me. I'm nothing special. And now I'm able to go to the gym literally every single day, never missing a single day. And if I do, worst case, it's fine. I just make sure I don't miss the next day. Same for my diet, same for my business, recording videos, same for my relationships. If I miss like something with my partner, I'll just make sure the next time I don't miss it. If it's something made her upset, sad, same thing. I promise this mindset is not just about productivity, it's about reframing your life. Being okay with not failing, but being okay with not being perfect, because no one is, and therefore being okay with the process, the journey, because in the journey, there is bumps along the way. As I said, people who see missing a day like just a bump in the journey are the winners. People who see it as like, oh, it's the end of everything, just give up after, are the losers. See it as a bump, keep going, and I promise if you adopt this mindset, your life will change forever. And obviously, I would highly suggest go read that book, James Clear, Atomic Habits. Fantastic book. It's a reason why it's one of the most common self-improvement books. But thank you so much for watching this video. I genuinely hope it's helped you. I'll try to explain this the most simple way possible. If you have any questions, just drop a comment. And if you appreciate the content I've just done and you want to support me, drop a subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.